So I was very fortunate in 1974 when I graduated college. I was able to get a job right away as a school teacher, high school math, and we borrowed money from my parents and we were able to buy a house. My oldest child, Thomas, was born and I was thrilled to death. And then 2 years later, Jenny was born, and when Sharon told me she was pregnant again, and I was thrilled, but Sharon was not as enthusiastic as she was for the first, and that should have even been a clue to me at the time that maybe she wasn't being fulfilled in this marriage. I don't know. At the time, I would have thought everything was fine. In fact, I really did. I thought things were going great. I was on track. I was only 25 at the time, and I thought, wow, this is nice. I'll have my kids early. And then one day, coming home from work, I opened the door, and she said she had gone to see a lawyer that day. And my response was, really? For what? And she said she needed time to think, and she was going to move out of the house for a short while. And I was shocked. I didn't know what to think of that. But, we had the kids to worry about. And so she ended up moving out. I thought she was living with a friend. And sure enough, I found out that there was somebody else that she was seeing and living with at the time that she was still married to me. So that was just something that I couldn't accept. So that was it. We used the divorce word, and she said she needed time. So what do you need time for? You got a boyfriend. That's it. So she threatened me with the custody of the kids, and I said, well, I'm not leaving the house. And I got a lawyer, and my lawyer told me that, back then in 1984, I guess that was, or maybe 1984, that the mother always gets custody of the kids. I said to him, well, we're fighting this because I'm not moving out of my house. I didn't want this. She's living with somebody else. She cheated on me, and I'll fight this. She ended up relenting on having custody. So we ended up with joint custody, which was really 80% me, 20% her. And I took on all the responsibilities. I took on all the bills. I was the primary parent. I did everything. I had to give up a lot of things to do that. I had to give up my coaching. I used to coach the girls' softball team at the high school. I gave that up. I used to umpire in the evenings, men's softball, to make a few extra dollars. I had to give that up. But I felt that the kids were more important and someone had to be here for them. I remember this in particular very vividly. It was a Monday night. I was just separated from my ex-wife. I had the kids, and I came home from work. I made dinner. I helped them with their homework. I had to clean up the dishes. I make sure that they brushed their teeth, get them into bed. It was like 9 o'clock. I was teaching calculus for the very first time, and I take my job seriously, try to do a good job, and I had my kitchen table filled with math books as I was preparing the next day's lesson. And I remember putting my head down on the table saying, I'm being crucified. That this is going to be an impossible journey for me to do. It was just too much. At the job, though, a new young teacher came, and we hit it off. And before you know it, we ended up dating and ended up getting serious. She met Thomas and Jenny, and they liked her and she liked them, which was really important to me. Everybody saw that we were getting serious. Everything worked out great. We were one meshed family, and we ended up getting married in 1989, but of course I was legally divorced a year or two earlier. Legally divorced with custody of the kids, living in the house, and 2 years later, along comes this girl, Danielle, who, there I thought I was done raising kids. Thomas was 15 and Jenny was 13, but there she was. And really completed the marriage, made the family, the 5 of us. Couldn't be happier. Thomas now turned out to be a pilot, very proud of him. Jenny ended up getting married to a real nice guy and has 4 wonderful children, making me a very happy and proud grandfather. Danielle is a senior in college, and she should be graduating in May, and everything is good. And that's it. Everything's worked out great.